Hello, everybody. As we're getting ready for the Veteran Assembly, thank all of our guests for being here. We're not officially starting yet, but I would like to have a few students come down. If you look at your programs, and I know that not all of our students have programs, but we have different covers on some of our programs. We have 4 different drawings, and we had students that created them, and I want to bring those students up here. So Isabel Jaros, can you come up here, please? And just stand right in front of the stage. And then we also have Dariana Bowser. Could you please come up here? Willow, 4th grade. And Elena Smith, 5th grade. All right, so as you look at your programs, Mrs. Pyatt right here, she's one of our lead secretaries in the office. She helped put this together where students could come up with a drawing to honor our veterans. And we are just very proud of all the drawings we got. We had quite a few. And then we had a contest to select the top 4, and so we selected one from each grade. So I would really like to give these 4 young ladies a round of applause. All right, they're gonna head back now, and it's 9 o'clock, so we're ready to start. So right now, today, we have some guests here. We have all of our veterans, we have community, we have our band. Our band is also including we have our Peace Lutheran students here as well, so we have a nice group. And then we have our 7th grade choir ready to sing. And we have our 4th and 5th grade here, and also our 6th grade. And then in front, we have Steve Bradley. He will be our speaker today. And we have Dr. Sprague, our superintendent, and Mr. Pyatt is our school board president. And up here to my left, I have Mr. Mock, our assistant principal. Anna Zarda will be leading us in the pledge. And Colin Sinclair will be reading a poem. Let's give them all a hand. We also have our radio station here today, and we are also taping this. Ben William is here, and we'll be able to view this on our website later. All right, so we are now going to officially start our ceremony. Good morning, and welcome to the Antigo Middle School. This is our Veterans Day program. We are happy to have this. We haven't had it in a few years, so we're happy to be back. We want to thank all the community members who have joined us today. We also want to extend a special welcome to our veterans who are here with us today. Veterans Day is a day to thank all who have served in the armed forces to protect our country here, and to thank all who have served in our armed forces to protect our country here and worldwide. We respect our veterans and can show that by listening quietly to our speakers during their presentation, like you are doing at this time. Veterans, thank you for your service to our nation. Thank you for your sacrifices and your willingness to serve our country. You endured hardships and were willing to risk your life to maintain our freedom. Veterans, you have done your duty to your families, to your communities, to your fallen comrades, and your country. You have honorably served your nation with great distinction. And we can never say it enough. Thank you for your service in both war and peace. At this time, please silence all of your phones. And we are going to have Anna Zarda join us up here at front with the microphone, and she's going to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance. So please all stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Anna. Every day we start our day out by saying the Pledge of Allegiance, and we are very proud to do that every day. At this time, we would like to, I should have had you keep standing, so you're going to stand again, because we are going to have our band play the Star Spangled Banner. So please stand one more time. Thank you. Yes. Excellent. Thank you, and please be seated. We also have our radio station here today, and hopefully we have people listening to our ceremony. At this time, we're going to have Colin Sinclair come up, and he's going to be reading a poem entitled "Thank You, Dear Soldier" by an unknown author.
Thank you, dear soldier. You fought and won freedom for all underneath our country's emblem. You've given new meaning to what freedom means. Thank you, dear soldier. You fought and won freedom for all underneath our country's emblem. You've given new meaning to what freedom means and have given us all hope to believe. So now, let us show you our thanks for the life you gave and for the lives you saved.
Thank you, Anna and Colin. They're going to stay here, and then when it's their turn to sing, they'll be joining the choir. At this time, I'm going to introduce to you our guest speaker, Steve Bradley. He is a Marine Sergeant. Steve Bradley was born and raised in Antigo, Wisconsin, a 1967 graduate of Antigo High School. I'm going to guess this was the high school right here at that time, right? How many of the rest of you went to high school here? Yes. All right, and we're still standing. And Mr. Bradley has served 4 years in the U.S. Marine Corps in Vietnam and later in San Diego, California. He graduated from college with an associate's degree in mortuary science and was an owner and funeral director for the Bradley Funeral Home, retiring in 2010. He was a member of the American Legion Post No. 3, Langley County, Voiture, 120440 ET8, Antigo VFW Post 2653, Pup Tent 38 of the Military Order of Cootie, Antigo DAV Chapter 23, Timberwolves Detachment 354 of the Marine Corps League, Military Order of the Devil Dogs, Military Order of the Purple Heart, and also a member of the Vietnam Veterans of American Chapter 224. He has a lot of background, and we are very, very pleased to have Steve Bradley here with us today to give us some information regarding our Veterans Program. Please welcome Steve.
Thank you, and happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. The service of America's veterans never truly ends. Even when they hang up their military uniforms for the last time, they still choose to protect us. Noah Sanchez was one of them. After serving 5 years as a military police officer in the U.S. Army's 591st MP Company, Noah returned home to his state and graduated from the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy in May of 2020. He drove past a restaurant last summer in Elwood, Indiana, and he noticed an artist painting a large American flag mural covering the exterior of the building. Noah exited his patrol car and complimented the painter for his patriotic rendering. The two briefly conversed. The artist, Theodore Winters, asked Noah thanked him for his military service, and they went on about their business. A few hours later, Noah was tragically killed in the line of duty when a motorist allegedly shot him during a traffic stop. The end of watch for Noah Sanchez was July 31st, 2020. He was 24 years old. After hearing about Noah, Theodore immediately recalled their conversation and dedicated the mural would be to him as a fallen hero and veteran who gave everything to his community and his country. Noah Sanchez was the embodiment of service and sacrifice. He was not alone. The U.S. Justice Department estimates that 25% of law enforcement officers have a military background. Bravery and dedication to community are common among veterans. Today we honor the men and women who served in the U.S. military. It is about approximately 19 million U.S. veterans who are still with us today and millions who have preceded them since the American Revolution. Many serve their communities as first responders, teachers, healthcare workers, or church leaders. Some are business owners, farmers, family workers, and retirees. Veterans are a diverse group, represented by men and women of every economic, ethnic, and religious background. They come from every state and territory, but are bound by a common commitment to defend America with their life if they're called upon. From fighting terrorism, defeating fascism, and liberating slaves, veterans have a record of remarkable accomplishment through our nation's history. Military service is not for the faint of heart. Most civilian jobs do not require the risk of life and limb. No other occupation subjects employees to criminal charges for disobeying their boss, and unlike members of the military, civilians can live where they want and quit whenever they want. All of our veterans have protected our democracy, our freedom, our way of life. Today we honor and thank them. Without the World War II veterans, we might be living in a country, in a world where freedom of choice or the right to vote does not exist. And without the men and women who fought in Iraq and Afghanistan, and those currently fighting the war on terrorism, we would be living in constant fear or simply without freedom. We celebrate this day, we honor veterans today, because we know that without them, there could be no land of the free. It is fitting that Veterans Day be observed so close to Election Day. It is, after all, the veterans who have preserved our constitutional rights for 246 years. For many of them, this nation was worth enduring long separations from families, missing the births of their children, freezing in sub-zero temperatures, sweating in the Sahara Desert or the jungles of Vietnam, sacrificing their health, far too often losing their lives. When a politician laments the cost of a veterans program, it's up to us to remind them of the cost of being a veteran. Whether it's exposure to burn pits, Agent Orange, many veterans continue to pay the high price for their military service. It's up to us to ensure that they have access to high-quality health care and benefits that reflecting the thanks of a great nation. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, the fighting of World War I ended in 1918, 104 years ago. Due to the conclusion of the war to end all wars, November 11th became universally recognized as a day of celebration. Veterans not only are responsible for defending this nation during the time of war, but it is the imposing presence of a great military that has acted as a deterrent to would-be aggressors. The veterans of the United States military have not only fought wars, they also deserve our gratitude for preventing them. While today we rejoice and honor the service of American veterans, we remember the wise words of General Douglas MacArthur. The soldier above all, people prays for peace. God bless you for being here. God bless our veterans, and God bless America. Thank you.
So hopefully you can reflect on the message that Steve Bradley just shared with us. It's very powerful and very meaningful. I would like all of our veterans that are here today to please stand up at this time. Any veteran in the house, including our staff. I know we have some staff. Yep, Mr. Bradley. And I think we need to give all of them a round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, we are going to have Mr. Mock. You're going to take over, and you're going to introduce our next song from our choir.
All right, good morning, everyone. Our AMS choir, directed by Mrs. Oxley, is going to sing We Honor You by John Kenyon. Thank you to our 7th grade choir and Mrs. Oxley. That was amazing. Up next, we are going to have our band, directed by Miss Melina, playing the Armed Forces March. During this time, we ask that all military members please stand to be recognized during the playing of this song. So military members can stand up. Another thank you to our 7th grade band and Miss Melina. That was awesome as well. During our next segment, it will be a 3-part segment. The first portion will be our flag folding ceremony. Steve Bradley will be doing some moderations during the fold. We will also have our rifle salute taking place outside. Everyone will remain standing during the rifle salute. Daniel Johnson, Miguel Martinez Gonzalez, and Mason Walrath will complete our ceremony by playing taps after the rifle salute. So may everyone please stand.
Sorry, just take a seat. We're going to do the flag fold first, right? Okay, so go ahead and take a seat. We're going to do the flag fold first, and then we're going to do the rifle salute. So they're all ready for it. We didn't have the flag here on time, but it is here now, so we are going to go ahead and do that. Mr. Bradley, you're going to lead us with the moderation of that? All right.
The first fold of our flag is a symbol of life. The second fold is a symbol of our belief in eternal life. The third fold is made in honor and remembrance of veterans departing our ranks and who gave a portion of his or her life for the defense of our country and to attain peace throughout the world. The fourth fold represents our weaker nature. As American citizens trusting in God, it is to Him that we turn in times of peace as well as times of war for His divine guidance. The fifth fold is a tribute to our country for the words of Stephen Decatur, "Our country, in dealing with other countries, may she always be right, but still our country, right or wrong." The sixth fold is for where our hearts lie. It is with our hearts that we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The seventh fold is a tribute to our armed forces, for it's through the armed forces that we protect our country, our flag against all enemies, whether they are found within our boundaries or outside of our republic. The eighth fold is a tribute to the one who enters into the valley of the shadow of death, that we might see the light of day, and to honor our mother for whom the flag flies on Mother's Day. The ninth fold is a tribute to womanhood. It is and has been through their faith, love, loyalty, and devotion that character of men and women who have made this country great have been molded. The 10th fold is a tribute to Father, for he too has given his sons and daughters for the defense of our country since she was first born. The 11th fold, in the eyes of the Hebrew citizens, represents the lower portion of the seal of King David and King Solomon, and glorifies in their eyes the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The 12th fold, in the eyes of the Christian citizen, represents an emblem of eternity and glorifies in their eyes God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost. When the flag is completely folded, the stars are uppermost, reminding us of our motto, "In God we trust." After the flag is completely folded and tucked in, it has an appearance of a cocked hat, ever reminding us of the soldiers who served under General George Washington and the sailors and Marines who served under Captain John Paul Jones and were followed by their comrades and shipmates in the United States Armed Forces, preserving for us the rights, privileges, and freedoms that we enjoy today. Thank you.
Again, thank you for providing us the opportunity to see the flag folding and hear what each fold means. It is very powerful to hear that. At this time, we're going to be having the rifle salute that is taking place outside. We will all stand now at this time, and we will remain standing until after we have the taps played by, again, Daniel, Miguel, and Mason. Please be silent. Thank you.
Hands up. Forward arms. Half right. Face. Prepare to fire 3 volleys. Ready? Aim.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to thank all of you for being a part of our program. I am especially thankful for our veterans, but I'm very, very proud of our student body and our staff, and our choir and our band. Thank you very much. Let's give everybody a round of applause. So at this time, our guests will be able to exit first. So thank you again for coming, and you can head on out. If you didn't grab a program, please get one on your way out. Students, we're going to take a seat.